America attacked. The border invasion. For 3 decades now, the militia patriot groups have been talking about the United Nations stationing troops on U.S. soil for a takeover of the U.S. by the New World Order. Mainstream media laughed and scoffed at such a thing. But what if it was true and the U.S. government was bringing in foreign troops? What if they didn't wear military uniforms and blue helmets with the UN logo, but dressed like everyday people? Would you be afraid of them? Would you even know that they presented a danger to you and your loved ones? San Vicente Processing Center. Sitting near the border with Colombia and Panama, sits the U.S. Customs and Immigration Processing Facility known as San Vicente Processing Center, where thousands of migrants are processed through and sent on to other destinations. In September of 2020, the government of Panama inaugurated what they call Migrant Reception Station or MISS. This facility was built in the community of San Vicente, in the province of Darien, which is where the Darien Gap is located. The Darien Gap is known worldwide to be one of the most dangerous areas in Central America. The Darien Gap is a 60-mile stretch of jungle which has no road or highway system, and the Pan-American Highway is absent from this area, hence the name, Darien Gap. Right in the middle of this no-man's land sits the new Migrant Processing Center. The facility was built jointly with the government of Panama and the United Nations Human Mobility Group and other government and non-government organizations. An article on the Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, website says that the Darien Gap is traversed daily by migrants on their way to the U.S. in the hopes that U.S. President Biden will give them asylum. The article describes the dangers that migrants face when encountering these 60 miles of vast challenging terrain, including swamps, steep mountains, and dense jungles. Migrants also face disease and violence from criminal gangs. Yet they come from all over the world to make the trek, hoping for work and a place to call home in America. Here is a still from a video found on Jeff Rent's website that shows the facility as it is today. As you can see, it is a large facility for handling migrants, though certainly not the biggest in the world. You will also notice that it is out in the middle of nowhere. But are all these people simply migrants on their way to a better life in America? How can we be sure that the people coming across the border are not foreign mercenaries or foreign military looking to take over America from within? There is no way to be sure. But one thing is for certain, there are thousands coming across the border, even before Title 42 has ended, and once Title 42 ends, the invasion will increase until our cities are overwhelmed to the breaking point. Title 42 is the federal law that limits the number of single men that can enter the United States. Though there are many women and children arriving at the border, there are military-age men crossing the border as well, and many do not look like farm workers. Anthony Rubin, founder of Muckraker.com, showed Fox and Friends a video of military-age Chinese men getting on buses in Panama that are headed to the United States. Rubin said these people are flying into Panama and then gathering at Darien Gap to be processed to get on buses. He also told Fox and Friends that these Chinese men do not like their faces to be shown on camera. Here is a photo from the Fox News website of those Chinese men who look a little too military for comfort. Kinney County, Texas. The sheriff of Kinney County, Brad Coe, calls it a silent invasion of military-age men. Sheriff Coe told the online magazine, Center Square this, the silent invasion is being committed primarily by single, military-age men between the ages of 17 and 45 who are illegally entering the U.S. Video footage from Kinney County shows that they are wearing camouflage, wearing backpacks. Many are armed and dangerous and committing crimes in the county, including getting into shootouts with law enforcement. Here is a picture showing that apprehension by sheriff's deputies. According to the sheriff, he believes that these men are working for or are associated with the cartels. Tucson Sector, Arizona. According to the Border Patrol Chief John Modlin, the pictures we see on television of women and children waiting to get in the U.S. at the border is not what he and his agents are seeing in the patrol area known as the Tucson Sector of Arizona. Modlin told a House Committee on Oversight and Accountability that what they are seeing are military-age men in camouflage. He believes that the cartels are supplying uniforms for the illegals so that they can cross the border without detection. But what if he is wrong? What if they are foreign military invading the U.S. border and setting up camp inside the U.S. to await further orders? Anthony Aguero. Anthony is the son of immigrants and a reporter for Border Network News and lives in El Paso. He sees these illegals invading El Paso and running from the cops. Anthony told Frontline America that he thinks these invaders are replacements for Americans. Anthony has lots of video that shows the invaders are hostile to people on both sides of the border and says that Mexicans living in El Paso are threatened by these invaders. In one incident, invaders of military-age males crossed the border and fled from the DPS, Department of Public Safety, and the Border Patrol into El Paso. Black tarps. According to a website, town hall questions are being asked about strange occurrences at the Brownsville, Texas parking garage where black tarps have been set up to hide the activity of migrants being moved around and processed. Initially, reporters asked White House Press Secretary Jan Psaki as to why single military-age adult males were being released into the U.S. She gave the usual reply that she did not know what the reporter was talking about. Fox News reporter Bill Melgwin was in Brownsville to report on the situation when he noticed the black tarps. These black tarps are being used to hide the activity of the processing of illegals at the Brownsville parking garage, which the city admitted to Fox News was being used as a staging area for processing of the migrants. So, what is the government trying to hide? That these men are not migrants, but military? Maybe even Chinese military? How long? So how long has this invasion by military-age men been going on? Just during the Biden administration? Not according to a Fox News article from 2015. On March 14, 2015, at 11 p.m., a white van was stopped at the Campo Border Patrol checkpoint near Pine Valley, California. There were 13 illegals all disguised as U.S. Marines. In the file photo on the Fox News website, you can also see that they had army green duffel bags as well. All the uniforms had the same name, Perez. The driver and the front seat passenger were determined to be U.S. citizens. Were these just illegals looking for work? Or were they foreign military trying to disguise themselves as U.S. Marines? If you look at them, they are of military age and built like military, not at all like migrant workers. Conclusions. This is a very dangerous situation that we find ourselves in at this current time. We don't know who these men are, and it appears trying to fit in with the U.S. military. They are described by law enforcement as aggressive and are determined to get into the United States, even if it means getting injured or killed doing so. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below. William K. Zabel.